Hi everyone, Menachem Brodie here with you from Human Vortex Training, your certified and experienced USA Cycling expert level coach, here with real live outdoor team ride video to show you how to do a rotating pace line. What's great about today's video that we're sharing is that the riders received zero instruction from the car during this period. All they had was the instruction at the beginning of the ride: communicate clearly when gaps open up with little rollers, make sure the group gets back together by easing back just a little bit, and get right back into a rotating pace line. And we see this is exactly what they do. So as Rob gets back onto the back, we pop right into it. There is zero hesitation. We didn't slow down, we didn't grab a handful of brake, and we go right into the left side working, since the wind is coming just a little bit from the left, and the right side is recovering. You'll notice that as Cameron passes Maytal here, she's speeding up just a little bit when he's hip to hip. So she should not wait longer. Tom does the same thing, looks over his left shoulder, make sure there is no other rider back there, rotates right over. You'll notice that the gaps between the wheels are just a little bit. This is still rolling terrain, so there's just a tiny bit of uphill and downhill. We generally want to keep about a foot or a third of a meter between our wheels at most. You'll notice the beautiful scenery here as the follow car pulls over in order to allow another vehicle to pass. But look at how beautifully these riders are together. They can flare their elbows out just a little bit, and they can rub a nickel between their elbows. This is how a proper pace line should be done, as it maximizes the aerodynamic effect, allowing you to be able to go through and have that positive effect of not having to put out as much energy. You'll notice as Rob goes up the hill here, just a little bit of a gap opens up. So rather than grab a bunch of brake or try and hammer to catch up, Alon does a great job of just slowly increasing the pace, but not too much, allowing the rider behind him to be able to close that gap and continue nice, smooth pace line. As the car pulls away, we're going to loop back to watch this one more time. This is a very important skill that a lot of weekend riders don't necessarily have. It's very much a skill, a cycling skill that needs to be practiced. So this is, I would consider it on the spectrum of the 4 things for cycling that we need in order to progress our abilities. This would go under neuromuscular as far as I'm concerned. It's the ability to have the control of the muscles to be able to understand when and how to brake and how to handle the bike and the pack. The other 3 being the metabolic energy system, the cardiorespiratory system, and the hormonal system. But as it pertains to today, we want to really focus on how nice and smooth the rotation is happening. So the last rider is speeding up when the rider next to them is hip to hip, not waiting until that rider is already passed, where the person has to speed up and essentially do a mini sprint, which is going to drain you of energy. So again, here Maytal has a perfect latch onto the working. There's almost no gap between her and Cameron's wheel, and same with Tom. Just a quick check over your shoulder, make sure there's no other rider coming up behind to join the break or join the group, and then just sliding over nice and smooth. The pace here is at tempo, so we're moving pretty well, and we keep the gaps to a minimum. It's really, really important that you practice this skill, not just rotating from the left to the right, but also from the right to the left. Now, we need to be careful because of the roads we're on. If you're not riding with a follow car, we want to be very wary of having that left side being the recovery side. But this is how to properly do a rotating pace line. As we come up on the group one more time, you'll notice Monica does a great job of just accelerating just a little bit as we have that little riser. Alon does not accelerate hard, but rather he lets Rob pull off, and he just slowly continues at the tempo pace. So as the car pulls away, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you practiced this skill and learned a lot today. And remember, until next time, train smarter, not harder. It's all about proper rotating pace lines and you.